So good to know you're there. My name is Chioma Okpara. Welcome to Art and Leisure. This is a program that shows you what's beautiful about Nigeria. And there's so many beautiful things about us. Let's start from the Niger Delta area. A group of photographers have taken it upon themselves to tell us about that region. Yes, they're natives. Take a look.
Ebiware Oki lives in Benin. The city is known for the splendor of the Benin Royal festivals and courtly outings.
A lot of people don't regard Edo State as Niger Delta since it's not like oil, but it's Niger Delta, and that is why I'm trying to represent the culture of the Edo people. This is during the Igbo festival. Basically, the chief carrying the Ewere leaf wrapped in the mat. There's a very high-placed chief in the palace, being watched by other chiefs. It's called the Yoruba. This is where they do some traditional rites, where all the staffs of all the past Obas are. So they go like pay homage to all the past Obas and the present Oba. This is the Oba of Benin. I consciously made took the work as a silhouette because I wanted just the colors and the eben, which represents the Benin staff.
Israel Ohori resides in Uheli. He enjoys being called a roving documentary photographer. He allows his camera zoom in on happenings in Urobo, Ishekiri, and Ijo communities of the western Niger Delta.
This first one here is talking about the Life Creek, where the oil comes from, but I'm not looking at it negatively. They are happy this way in the creek. Every day they go out with grandmother or their mother to go out for fish. As you can see, the two little small boys, almost naked on the boat, sailing with their grandma, mom. For me, it's simple life. This one is about Urobo cultural dance, Emma dance, one of the most popular dance of the Urobo people. This is a day they celebrate King Koko Day. If you can remember the Akasa reed, the King Koko is from Nembe, so they set aside a particular day, they celebrate the man's day. This one, they call it Amir Fukumo, masquerade in Baramatu Kingdom.
Tuoyo Omagba is the voice of the voiceless. From his base in Asaba, he tells the story of social inequality.
This set of kids here, they're going to school. It's not every family in those rural communities that have the access of canoes for their kids to go to school. I was on my way back from Escravos and I saw the family, and what struck me was how they were all just happy looking at people on speedboats because they don't have engines in their own canoe. But they have something, a sail made out of polythene that they use in supporting their canoe. This a lady with her two kids, and you'll be wondering where's the second kid here. She's inside this, and that's the feeding bottle. And she's just pulling her fishing strings, trying to check on if there's any catch. Gas flaring has been abolished, but it's still being done in most parts of the Niger Delta.
Perez Tigidam, a resident of Port Harcourt, reconciles these figures with his imaginative construct.
I went to Bonny, I saw all the beautiful things, but that was not what I decided to talk about. I was shocked when I saw this community, and the first thing that came to my mind was this was a borderline, poverty juxtaposed against wealth and riches. The series is actually called Mami Water Monologue. Around here, growing up, one of the things you always hear is Mami Water and some of those things. So I tried to look at that within a contemporary setting. If the Mami Water were to be here today, what will it look like?
Timi Willis Ama, who operates from Yenegoa, reports on the scenic beauty, the people, and the exciting waterfront activities in Niger Delta.
This one is titled Lone Tree. It depicts the life of human when, as you're growing up, you are flourishing, bearing fruit. Later, you start withering. And it also, to me, tells the story of the region, a flourishing region now with so much problem. This one is the Niger Bridge, the popular Onitsha bridge that everybody travel with. This is what I call Omongaro. The image is from my nativity, Nembe. You know, the Nembe people are known for strong, the history of the King Koko, what the British people call the Akasa Raid, and what we will call the Akasa War. It depicts the kind of boat, the war canoe they used for that war. And they have an annual event, festival, in commemoration of the King Koko War, festival. The King Koko, the man that took the war to the British people. This image is titled Mangrove Child. It's a typical Niger Delta children, what you encounter when you go into the creeks of the Niger Delta. Bare-bodied children running, crisscrossing between one boat to the other. And these children have been able to conquer the environment. They say that this is a walk in Yenegua where they come to pick up materials, food items, products from the city into the hinterland with the boat they made by the local boats.
This group of 5 talented photographers go by the name Full Stop Collective. They titled their exhibition Circles of Encounter. It is their attempt to rebrand the Niger Delta region.
The idea about the group is artists based in the Niger Delta using their talent, photography, as a tool to rebrand the stigmatization of the region. We want to show the beauty of the place as against the agitation and the violent people know the place about. The environment is a peaceful environment.
In Edo State, like the rate of kidnapping, armed robbery, everything has reduced drastically.
I'm a proud Urubo man. Niger Delta is a beautiful place. For me, we have good landscapes, we have good beaches, we have good places to visit, tourists. In fact, Nigeria as a whole is missing one economical value of Niger Delta.
There are images of the Niger Delta showing how hardworking they are.
This visual panorama helps us to come to terms with the new realities in the Niger Delta area.
Welcome back. What more can I say? The natives have spoken. Not another tribe you'd find everywhere in the world. Igbos have the ability to think of new projects or new ways of doing things and make them successful. So wherever they find themselves, they just do well. Once a while, they'll also unwind. Watch this.
The way the chiefs greet, the breaking of kola nut, and the sound from this instrument called opi in local parlance helps you know the tribe that gathered here. This is Oyo State, and many Igbo people have found peace and good business here.
It is on record that your spirit of enterprise and creativity is infectious and is universally acclaimed. You have become agents of development, tolerance, peace, and national integration. It is a tried fact that Igbos are found in all nooks and crannies of the world. You have made everywhere your homes, or mindful of the inherent dangers in so doing.
Indeed, Igbos are good mixers.
In 1993, one of my sisters did training. My elder sister did training in fashion and designing. And while she was in the shop, an even young, vibrant man took a piece around the shop and put all his goods to the sold. My sister was angry, they were trying to chase me away. And the young man runs to the palace. And all of us thought, Daddy, let this boy go and get to shop now. Why must he drop my sister? You know what my dad said to all of us? Drive the Igbo community away from your community, and your community is dead.
Hallelujah!
What we are saying in essence, the people of Oyo State and the leadership of Oyo State, under the visionary leadership of Senator Abiola Ajilobi, appreciate and we really hold our Igbo brothers in high esteem.
The Igbos also promised to remain law-abiding.
The preoccupation of Igbo in Oyo State is to continue to set up a base upon which all the Igbos will unite and can speak with one voice. By the special grace of God, this particular project will come to pass in the almighty name of Jesus.
The Igbos are found in Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo states. A part of rivers and Delta states also speak the language. When they are outside their states, the bond is stronger.
You can see how good it is for brothers to be together. You can see how peaceful and how loving it is for brothers and sisters to be together.
Igbo Day in any part of the world is always a time for merriment. Speaking through his representative, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan encouraged all ethnic groups to use their uniqueness in a positive way.
Welcome back. Here's a reminder. You're watching Art and Leisure. We're celebrating the beautiful side of us. Professor Wole Soyinka won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1986 and the Academy of Achievement Golden Plate Award in 1993. He's an author, a poet, and a playwright. We're about to see one of his plays titled A Dance of the Forests. It was acted in the forest, a real forest, Ijegba Forest. Take a look.
In traditional African societies, there's room for revelation of truth and reconciliation of persons and forces in conflict. That's what Soyinka has artistically explored in the play, A Dance of the Forests.
What is it you all accuse me of?
Nothing. Nothing? You call that nothing?
In A Dance of the Forests, the entire community is involved in a ritual of revelation. Human, dead, living and unborn, deities, spirits, animals, and vegetation. Such is the African idea of community. This play was presented in a natural grove environment. A Dance of the Forests was written by Wole Soyinka in 1960 when he was 26 years old. It was entered for a dramatic writing contest in commemoration of Nigeria's independence in 1960. Though it emerged the winning play, it was denied official performance during the celebrations. 54 years later, its message is still relevant. A Dance of the Forests prescribes the gathering of the tribes. This play had a total of 203 members of cast and crew and one artistic director by name Tunde Awosomi. The audience, made up of prominent people in the society, sat for 3 hours and 20 minutes to watch it.
This is awesome. This can only happen in Ogun State. And this is is what we call Ogun Standard.
In Lagos, the Crown Troupe of Africa, led by Shegu Adefila, also acted it on stage. A Dance of the Forests is highly rated amongst Wole Soyinka's works.
Nice to have you back. That was legendary Professor Wole Soyinka's A Dance of the Forests. Another academician traveled to Japan, and to his amazement, he found out that the Ainu people of Japan have similar cultural practices with Igbos. Dr. Chris Ikwemesi, over to you.
They are art patrons, artists, and journalists. They've come to listen to Chris Ikwemesi, an associate professor who did a study on the Ainu people of Japan.
I never heard of them till I went to Japan. They're actually the aborigines of Japan. That is the first people to settle in their island. Most of the conventional Japanese are more or less visitors if you trace their history.
Dr. Ikwemesi examined the similarities between the Igbos of Nigeria and the Ainus of Japan.
For both societies, death was a kind of welcoming phenomena. Death ushers somebody out. But between the two ends, you have naming, you have puberty, you have adulthood, marriage, prestige, like title taking, old age, and then death. Education, I said, is not a question of reading and writing. The Igbo and the Ainu had the education. It was different from the Western paradigm. They couldn't read, they couldn't write, but through oral tradition and apprenticeship, values and systems were transmitted from one era to another. Religion was very strong, is still very strong, even if it's now a foreign religion, but religion influenced art.
He also looked at the concepts and perceptions of art between the two groups.
Linearity, the use of lines, is very common, and then abstraction. This is an installation by Toru Kaizawa, who lives in Botani in Hokkaido. So this is actually an installation of a bear and a deer. This is another carving by Takeki, a charging bear. He has several of these. I was part of this Thanksgiving in 2009 at the Ainu Museum in Shirahoyi. And this is an annual event when they gather to thank Kamui for whatever. These are the body marks made. I think they get some soot from the back of pots and mix it with some substance and then make these marks. These are the first things somebody learned to carve in Hokkaido because boys were taught to carve from very tender age. This is called Inao, and they are made to resemble flying birds and kept around the houses to ward off evil spirits. These are Ainu Atush. Atush is the kimono. If you look at this, you say Japanese kimono. They are not Japanese. You find out that these are highly decorated. Some of these things take about 2 years to make. Ainu women pounding millet. This masked carved door, you notice the elements. These are Igbo traditional women painters and Igbo cover. Look at the headdress and compare it with the Abowomo headdress.
One wonders if there was some sort of migration for such similarities to exist.
I don't think it's an issue of contact or cultural diffusion from migration. It's just to show you that there are things people share as members of the human species.
This gathering was at the instance of Omobaye Mr. Adedoyin Art Foundation.
Is to let us know in this country that there is more to the culture of a people. That culture evolves over time, and that other countries in the world, even if the supremacist cultures are trying to obliterate them, they do everything to preserve and protect their culture, because that is their identity. I am worried that in my country, no thanks to the effects of post-colonization, no thanks to the effects of colonization, no thanks to the effects of the supremacist culture around us, we are losing our identity as a people. And that identity can only be found in the culture of the people.
Dr. Chris Ikwemesi is a painter, art critic, ethno-esthetician, and cultural entrepreneur. He studied fine art at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. He graduated with a first class in 1992. He's the founder of Pan-African Circle of Artists and the Emeritus President of the Art Republic. He's an associate professor in the Department of Fine Art, University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Studying the Ainu people was in line with his doctorate program.
I hope to publish a book, and I hope to take smaller aspects, like take the textile art, you study it in detail.
The Ainu people of Japan are less than 20,000 in number. They have such a rich history that can be studied and documented. One wonders how well young Nigerians know about the nation's history.
It's a question that really bothers my heart, because the first thing you say to someone, where do you come from? He doesn't say Nigeria. He says from Ogun State or Anambra State. For me, you're a Nigerian first and foremost. And if you accept that you're a Nigerian, then you must learn your own culture. Whether it's Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Shekiri, Ijo, you must have a knowledge that you can express yourself elsewhere, tell people, educate people about your country and your culture.
Many believe that the country's cultural practices, values, and norms can only be preserved through documentation and by making history a compulsory subject in schools.
Welcome back. That was quite enlightening. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, you can only get such on art and leisure. As much as we know and testify of God's goodness to us, I want to invite a group to speak into those areas we desire to see changes. Travel to anywhere, you must come back to Nigeria because this is home. Watch this. Our slogan in Lagos is Eko ni baje, which means Lagos will not spoil. What the National Troupe of Nigeria sang was Nigeria oni baje, which means Nigeria will not spoil. My prayer is that in our lifetime, we'll see the Nigeria of our dreams. My name is Chioma Okpara. I want to sincerely thank you for watching the program from the beginning till now. You know, you can always watch this episode and other episodes online by visiting www.artandleisure.com.ng. By God's grace, there'll be a fresh edition of Art and Leisure. Same time next week. Until then, love yourself, love Nigeria.